We were ecstatic to hear that we were the only Tier 1 research-intensive medical school in the state. Really was a reflection of a lot of hard work over the last decade, but also the exceptional outcomes of our educational program. We want people to be risk takers, to be entrepreneurs, to be able to really push their science. And it creates a spirit and an energy that I think folks want to be part of.
I think as a medical school, research is one of the fundamental things that we need to do because this really is the major driver that will move our medicine forward. The goal of our research program is to try to understand the interplay between nutrition metabolism and the neurobiological processes. There is this really intimate relationship between feeding and metabolic behavior with all the other behaviors. When we study that, this gives us a lot of opportunities to understand much better a wide spectrum of neurobiological diseases. And I'm just continuing to do this with all these amazing resources that USF offer to make a bigger difference, to make a bigger impact to human health and disease.
Everybody in this field, everybody wants to cure Alzheimer's. And so I think what gives me hope is when I first started studying Alzheimer's could not be diagnosed until death. I think the possibilities are really limitless. The new technologies that have really expanded our ability to understand different cells in the brain and how they might be changed in different conditions, I think is really, really going to provide new insight. It's really critical that we understand what these cells are doing in the brain. It would have implications not just for Alzheimer's disease, but even just neuroscience in general.
There are our studies as well as the other studies clearly shows that microbiome actually influences the dementia progression. In both ways, it can increase the progression of dementia, but it can also slow down the dementia progression. What is happening at the USF, specifically in the USF Health, is really collaborating with physicians and the basic scientists coming together, as well as the other neighboring institute, including Tampa General Hospital and Moffitt and many other institutes. There are a lot of significant discoveries should be coming from USF, and all these brilliant scientists are working together.
None of this would have been possible without the incredible hard work of our faculty, our staff, and our students. Our average MCAT score is 520, which is at the 97th percentile. Our average grade point average is 3.95. They really are, I think, a marker of where we are in terms of our growth as a research-intensive medical school. You know, some people would say reaching Tier 1 status so quickly is kind of a drop the mic moment, and what are you going to do next? To me, it's just a measure of reaching another milestone, and our goal is to be outstanding, as good as we can possibly be, which is a process that never ends. Winston Churchill was once called the Lion of England, and he said, "I'm not the lion. The English people were the lion. It just fell to me to give the roar." So, I get to give the roar.